A very good and beautiful Monday morning, guys. Fabio here, and welcome back to another beautiful daily market update where we discuss all the major dollar pairs and, of course, gold. First of all, guys, the major updates from the weekend. What have we seen? Zelensky and Trump have gotten into a very heated argument where Zelensky visited the White House and got into a discussion with Trump about, one, where all the money has gone, and two, the support that America is providing to Ukraine. Obviously, Biden provided a lot of support in the form of monetary support, but also in the form of weapons to Ukraine, and Trump wants to stop that because, one, he wants to know where all the money is going, but two, he at least states that he wants peace. Now, there is a very, let's say, complicated situation going on where many different stakeholders are involved, and this is now currently causing a lot of uncertainty surrounding Euro USD, because obviously peace would be the best for the euro and in general for Euro USD to move up higher, but until the uncertainty is still there, we should not really move anywhere else than inside of this range. Now, second of all, we saw Bitcoin pump in towards the upside. If you look here on the Bitcoin chart, you can very clearly see a massive pump of around 20% all the way back up after Trump announced that there was going to be a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Well, very good timing, because here we saw the low of the range get raided, here we saw the high of the range get raided, and now we are back inside of this area of supply. Now, in order for Bitcoin to continue pushing up higher, it needs to break this area of supply. Then I do believe we will see an all-time high. Until then, this is causing selling pressure. Okay, so that is that. Now let's dive into Euro USD and see where it is most likely going to be heading next, because at this point in time we can again see that the 75% level of this overall range, where this is the range high, this here is the range low, has acted as an area of resistance. We are currently inside of the middle of the range at the 0.5 fib retracement level, which again as well is a natural area of support, resistance, support, resistance, support, and now again potentially either resistance or support. So I'm waiting for euro dollar to form a little bit cleaner at the beginning of this week. What I might do is look for potential shorts from this area of supply that we have over here. So this for me is now currently the area of supply that is in control, and we have this area of demand. However, we can see that we filled this imbalance candle already in the past over here. Now, the market is fighting in between this area of demand and this area of supply. So what I'll be waiting for is for the market to push up higher in towards that supply zone. And then on the lower time frame, I'm going to be keeping my eyes open for how we react. For the rest, what we've seen here now is the potential for a further upside push. What I saw was here an overextended move in towards the downside. We grabbed liquidity underneath all of these lows, and we've now seen a push down, a pullback, a push down, and then a push up again, causing a 4-hour change of character, indicating to me that this is now your sell for the buy, which is your demand zone. You could obviously refine it to this candle over here, but I am interested in seeing if this could push the market up higher. Personally, not going long from this area of demand due to the fact that there is no clean area of demand there to my left, and if we zoom out a little bit, we can just very clearly see again that the market overall is consolidating and stuck in a range. Therefore, I would prefer some of the other pairs myself. But yeah, for now, the daily fractal structure is bearish, and this is currently the supply zone that is in control. So if the market does retrace in towards there, wait for the 4-hour structure to shift, and then you could look for some potential shorts. Yes, guys, on the weekly time frame, we are still fractal bullish. From those who were last week or here last week, you can understand that this here is the fractal low, this here is the fractal high, and it would still make sense to push the market up higher after breaking market structure on this high over here. However, we can now see that we get a push down, push up, push down, maybe a push up again, maybe a push down again. It's just consolidating. That's why I'm sticking to a little bit the lower time frame at this point in time, and I'll be keeping my eyes open for this area of supply, which to me is the only real clear area of supply for now. Let's say the market does push down lower, then I would be interested in longs again if we see some bullish pressure start to form at the lower bound of that overall range. Now, what I do find interesting here is the dollar index, guys, because the dollar index has pushed up higher into that supply zone, which we highlighted last week. Now, this is a supply zone due to the fact that this is the imbalance candle, the doji candle that pushed the market down lower, breaking market structure over here. We have now grabbed internal liquidity, and I'm now looking to see if this can push the market down lower. So how do we understand if that could push the market down lower? Well, we look at the 4-hour time frame, and what I see there is a 4-hour change of character. So what we see is the push up, the push down, the push up, here the break of market structure, here the break of market structure down, indicating to me that this is now your area of supply that is in control. So for myself, the real confirmation for more downside on the DXY will come after breaking this low once again. That would be the double fractal low break, and then I'll be looking for a deeper correction back down in towards this demand zone over here, where we have a lot of equal lows positioned. So keeping my eyes open for that. For the rest, the weekly time frame is also looking pretty clean. We have this imbalance over here in control, and I'm still looking to see if the overall weekly fractal structure can remain bearish. Here we had a high break, here we had a low break, here we had another low break, and then this became the fractal high, this became the fractal low. We draw in the fib retracement tool, and what you can then see is that if we look at the premium versus discount, there is still no 0.5 fib met. So one more upside push would not be strange, but again, we do not need to retrace in towards that 0.5 fib. How do you know? Well, you look again at the daily fractal structure or at the 4-hour fractal structure. And the 4-hour fractal structure to me showcases that, okay, we grabbed this liquidity high. We've now seen a 4-hour change of character. So now let's see if we can get that downside push. For me, the confirmation will come on another low break over here, okay? So that's that. Going into AUD USD, we can see that AU saw a very steep push down last week, a lot deeper than I expected, to be very honest. Now, first of all, starting off here on the weekly time frame, we can see that we still have an area of demand here that is in control from a weekly perspective. I just want to zoom out with you guys real quick and look at the monthly time frame, because on the monthly we can see that we are at a key level of support for AUD USD. So I would again not be surprised to see some more bullish price action from that pair. Going into the weekly time frame, we are then fractal bullish and inside a demand zone. And then if I go into the daily time frame, we see an overextended move down, grabbing liquidity pretty much underneath all of the lows. So what I'm now looking for is a retracement back up into this buy before the sell down, and definitely looking for some upside pressure from what is a key level of support on both the monthly time frame but also here on the daily. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, we can see that we grabbed liquidity underneath these lows over here, and now if we zoom in, after the overall overextended move down, we've now had the first 4-hour change of character. So a 4-hour change of character is nothing more than here the low break, here the high break. So we get the push down, push up, push down, push up. We form an area of demand which we are now in, and I'm now waiting for longs after we break this high. Then for me, we'll definitely see some more upside pressure from AUD USD. So that's what I'm looking for on AU, looking for that upside momentum to start coming in. 15-minute time frame is as well looking good, where we saw the break of structure down. Here we saw the break of structure up. We saw pretty much a 0.5 fib retracement if this is the overall impulse, and I'm now waiting for that overall momentum here on the 15-minute time frame to start breaking and then look for some more longs. Going into GBP USD, we can see that GU is also looking very interesting overall. If I look at the daily time frame, I see that there is some room for further downside. We saw a daily fractal structure shift here with the high break, here the low break. So we see the push up, push down, push up, push down. Now we form an area of supply over here. This is one of the more cleaner pairs for this week overall. You could consider this the swing high, this the swing low, this the break of structure. So we've now retraced, taken out all of these highs, and we're now looking at this daily change of character to push the market down lower again. So looking for a potential short there on GBP USD in towards the downside. Ideally, obviously, you would short it from this 4-hour area of supply over here. Does it need to retrace that high? Well, that is, again, ideal and taking out this as liquidity. If you go into the 1-hour time frame, you'll see that this is like all of the descending highs. Take all of them out and then wait for the 1-hour change of character before looking for a short position. So that's what I'm looking for on GBP USD. Maybe a deeper correction in towards this imbalance candle over here. And then we have NZD USD and of course gold. So NZD USD first of all has pushed down lower again. This is one of the more messy pairs in my personal opinion that I'm not a big fan of. Reason being is because if I zoom out, I can still see that we have weekly liquidity open underneath this low and underneath this low. So I'm not the biggest fan of NU. I would prefer to see AU push up higher, to be honest, but we do have a weekly demand zone over here. Then if we look at the daily time frame, we can obviously see again that we are at the weekly or at the daily lows, excuse me, here in regards to a level of support. Now again, I don't trade support and resistance, but I do trade common logic, and that is the fact fact that we're now inside discount, we're near all of these lows over here, which previously have acted as support. So I'm looking for a rebound back up higher in towards this buy before the sell area of supply over here. Now, looking at the 4-hour time frame, this is now the first bullish change of character that we've had in this entire leg down. So here again, push down, push up, push down, push up, push down. And now I'm looking for another high break over here to kind of confirm the double fractal break and push the market up higher in towards that daily area of supply. So let's see if we get that double fractal high break. That for me would be confirmation to see a deeper or a higher pullback again. And then once both AU and NU, for example, reach that area of daily supply, we'll reevaluate the situation in general. And then if we look at gold here, gold still has room to push down lower. From a weekly perspective, if we quickly zoom out, then I'm just simply looking at this sub for the buy, which is my demand zone over here, and looking for the market to still push in towards there. If I look at the daily time frame, we can see here that we had a daily fractal structure shift. So what happened is that we saw this high get broken, this low get broken, this low get broken, and for now, this here is the crucial area of supply that is in control. And as long as this supply zone remains in control, we should head down lower in towards around 27.90. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, I am still also looking at the bearish momentum to maintain itself. Here we have the 4-hour supply zone, which is currently in control. So look at the 1-hour time frame next, and then try and identify any potential setups that would be valid for yourself. Here we, for example, have imbalance. Here we have descending highs. Now I would personally wait for this high to get taken out, then the push and the downside continuation. So that's what I'm kind of looking at for gold right now, and which would be my personal ideal setup for a potential short position. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wish you all a fantastic trading day, and we'll speak inside Discord. Link in the description down below.